This is a Chinese movie and the story starts back in 2001 and it spans quite a few years, up until 2018 I believe, and it's sort of divided into chunks. And at first I wasn't that impressed with the quality since it starts with this square aspect ratio. And it looks like it's shot on some pretty poor quality camera. It almost comes across as home video footage or something, it just doesn't look good. But apparently that was just a stylistic choice for the first part of the movie. Maybe to firmly establish the era as the early 2000s or something. I don't know. But after that the image widens and the overall image quality gets a bump too. And most of the movie actually looks quite good, not bad at all. But what's the story here? Well, the narrative follows this woman, who's involved with some shady gangster types and the local criminal underground. But that's about as much detail as I really want to give about the actual plot. Because this is a very slow movie and some crucial events only happen like an hour into the movie. The events that actually kick the whole thing into gear and get the ball rolling. And the first part of the movie is more or less just setup. It's there to establish characters, the relationships, the setting. And I would say it's easily my least favorite part of the entire movie, because we essentially follow these people going about their business, but there doesn't seem to be very much of anything driving the actual story, and I couldn't really get invested in the characters or anything that was going on. But then these crucial events take place and everything changes. The movie actually gave me a reason to get invested in the main character. For the first time I was actually interested in what was going on a deeper level, because I could actually see a compelling story slowly start to emerge. But at the same time I would almost go as far as to call this mood cinema, because so much of this movie relies on the mood and the atmosphere. Not a ton actually happens as far as the general plot goes. A few things do happen, of course, it definitely has a clear story going on, but it just takes its time with everything and slowly builds it all up. And at the end of the day, I guess you could call this a love story of sorts. Because the relationship between this woman and this gangster type guy is basically at the core of the whole story and it's what's driving everything. But this is definitely unlike any love story I've ever seen before. And I did end up liking it to some degree, however I would say I appreciated it more than I actually liked it. Because it's a very well crafted movie on a technical level. And I thought the main performance was fantastic. It's probably what actually kept me engaged the most. And I wouldn't say I was actually bored with this thing despite it being so slow. But at the same time, it's just one of these movies that I felt a little bit detached from. It kept me at a distance and it never really managed to grip me. Now I did sympathize with the main character to a certain degree. Especially toward the end there, things got very interesting. So it wasn't like I was watching this completely emotionlessly either. I just sort of sat back and appreciated the craft and the filmmaking, you know? That's usually what happens with these kind of movies. And I honestly don't think I'm the ideal audience for these either. But I do know there are people out there that absolutely love this kind of thing. Because as I said, it is a very well made movie, I can't stress that enough. However, would I recommend it? Well, if you like extremely slow dramas, absolutely. But if you don't have the patience for that kind of thing, you should probably skip it. Or don't. After all, I'm not your dad. But hey, what are your thoughts on this? Have you seen it? Did you like it? Let me know. And if you enjoyed the video, consider giving it a thumbs up or maybe subbing to the channel. That would be fantastic. I also have a Patreon in case you want to support what I do here. Or you can donate directly to my PayPal account through the link in the description. And as always, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.